in insecurity. And all this releasing grains to governors or releasing, it's shabby. So Tinubu has a lot of work to do. His team, like I've been saying since last year, his team is only 20% qualified. He needs to fire people. He wades too much into politics versus governance because there's always a balance between politics and governance. In my opinion, I would maybe do 60% governance, 40% politics, because you have to perpetuate yourself there, at least for the second term, if you have visions for the country. But he's heavily skewed, having a lot of dodgy ministers that are not reporting any performance, not providing any sort of like milestones into what are you actually planning. So there's a heavy crisis on his hands. I understand his plan and I understand the difficulty we're going through. It's not going to be an easy fix by any stretch, but he has to rejig his team. The current team will not be able to deliver squat for him. And then the additional things, telling Nigerians just to kind of like saying bear with it is one thing. But then the messaging, seeing some excesses in different areas of the government, is just you're sending the wrong signals. So there are many areas where it kind of needs to shape things up. The messaging is wrong. The team needs to be rejigged. The problem is difficult. So it kind of needs to sit up. And I'm also expecting some sort of reforms in public service to cut costs. Like we have the Oronsoye report right there. It's just have to adopt some of what's already been done, Oronsoye reports to kind of like cost the cost of governance. Because costing the cost of governance will go a long way, and especially blocking a lot of waste, which is created by corruption. So if I'm going to summarize what is happening right now, I will say we're transitioning from a rent-seeking economy to a productive economy. But it is painful because the rent seekers are fighting back. The more they close the gap between the parallel exchange rate and the official one, the more you see them pushing up the parallel they're creating arbitrage. So they need to deal, if this government is serious, they have to deal with bankers. They're your friends. They probably funded some of your campaign. You have to deal with bankers. There's a circular that came out yesterday that kind of like cleaning up the BDCs, having higher capital requirements, a lot of transmission and all whatnot. They're good, but I think it's not good enough. We should not have BDC selling dollars in every nook and cranny in the country. And I don't see why we should not regulate DOM account. Like in India right now, you have to be a foreign resident Indian to open a DOM account. In Nigeria, you can open a DOM account for no reason. You're not trading, you're not doing anything, you just open a DOM account. Why don't we just move to dollar and just scrap the naira? If you're going to be, having satisfying all sorts of dollar demands. So the work is out there, but I think this team is inadequate. There are many people that should get fired immediately. I thought they said he's maintaining some KPIs. We need to see those KPIs and look at the minister that they need to get rid of.